Howdy, howdy, welcome back to Crafty Grinding. Today I'm going to cover my thoughts for the new arena in Marvel Contest of Champions. We now have Longshot as the feature champ, a new champ in the game. It's been a couple weeks, or at least a week and a half, something like that. A couple arenas anyway. And anyway, Longshot is now the new feature champ, and we have She-Hulk as a 4-star basic champ, so a decent 4-star basic champ as well. So today I'm going to go through my thoughts on round 1 Cutoff. So the first thing I always like to do is first categorize how I think these arenas compare to past arenas. Is that'll then allow me to go look at those past arena results to get maybe an idea of what to expect this time. So with the 5-star feature arena all the way here on the left, really there's two types for new champ. You're either high interest or not high interest. I call it medium interest, low interest, whatever. But I think Longshot, given some of the hype that's out there, some of the content creator program videos out there show Longshot, he's a really good Mystic champ, and in terms of when you go up against a really noted champ, he can really take them out pretty quickly. Now, when they're not a noted champ or not a cosmic champ with a lot of nodes, a lot of buffs, he's kind of an average to below average champ, to be honest. But when he goes up against any champ that has a lot of nodes or a lot of buffs, he just blows them up quickly. So I think he's going to be on the high end. And I think for the 4-star feature arena, really there's two types, new and old. It doesn't matter if there's a lot of hype or little hype on the 4-star feature arena. They're all kind of in the same ballpark when they're a new champ. Now coming over to the 4-star basic, either there's a low interest or medium interest, and She-Hulk, even though she's a decent champ in the game, especially after getting buffed up, I still think she's going to fall in that low bucket. There's plenty of good champs in the game today that come back in the 4-star basic arena, and they just kind of end up in that low bucket. Just because, again, they've been in the game for some time. We're talking about a 4-star, and they're not it's not their first time into the 4-star basic arena. Now we're seeing with first timers, they're usually kind of in that medium interest, 2 million plus, but in the case of the rest, they're not. And we'll take a look at some of those past arena results here in a minute. And lastly, with a 3-star feature for new champ, really there's new or old, and Longshot, obviously he's new with the champ, so he is going to fall in that new bucket. So let's start off with 4-star basic recent results for similar type arenas. So you can see Medusa all the way here on the left. That's the prime example. Good champ, great champ in the game still, but still goes for that lower number just because she's been available in the game for some time as a 4-star. And so a lot of people have. There's just not a lot of drive to push those numbers up. And you can see other similar champs, most recently Cable coming in at 1.56. So anywhere from 1.5 to 1.6 million seems to be the range for these type of champs. Occasionally you'll get a 1.7 or so, 1.7, maybe even a 1.8, but typically anywhere from 1.5 to 1.6 is more of the trend. Now coming to the 3-star feature arena, it's been some time since anybody across the community has regularly gathered this information, because it's all self-reported. Kabam never shares arena results. They don't have to, and if you don't have to, you're going to keep more people guessing. More people guessing mean more units spent, because they're driving up to make sure they get those champs they want. So it's up to us as a community to self-report, and folks like myself coming out there and giving you our thoughts so you can kind of have a rough guide on what to go here. Anyway, it still feels to seem we're in the 1.3 to 1.4 range. And by the way, these results you're looking at are all for the Veterans Bracket. Veterans Bracket means, as the name would imply, that your account has been in the game for some time, specifically 61 days. 61 days plus, anything over 60 days, you're going to be in the Veterans Bracket for life. And then beginners, as the name implies, is 1 to 30, and intermediates 31 to 60. After that, you're in the Veterans Bracket, so these scores that you see here would be for you. Anything else, these scores do not directly relate to what you might expect for your arena. Now coming for new 4-star feature champs, somewhere between 10 to 12 million is what we're seeing the range, with 11 obviously being the average. You can see it kind of dancing around everywhere around here. Now Nova did come in kind of unexpectedly lower than the most results we typically see, but other than that, it's anywhere from 10 to 12 million. And with the 5-star feature, high interest. Now, these are champs that have high interest. That means they're pushing over 60 million or anywhere, close to 60 million. 55 million, I know that's 5 million off, but when you're dealing with these higher scores, 5 million really is, it's not a rounding error, but it's not a very significant number either. So that's why I threw in that Mr. Fantastic. That 55 is kind of an example of a tweener. Can go kind of in the other range or in that high interest, not high interest or high interest. So it's kind of around there. I do think, because again, Longshot can be such a great champ in the right conditions, that he's going to push higher. We saw Silver Surfer. Now I think there's a lot more into that Silver Surfer story than just the champ itself in the game, because the champ itself in the game can be fun to play if you're into that, but it's not the easiest champ to play. He has some complex game mechanics. The animations are great, but the mechanics are a little bit not wonky, but different. So but I think, again, that 89 million doesn't reflect that. I think that just reflects Silver Surfer overall in the Marvel Universe. But anyway, I do think with Longshot, it's going to be somewhere, in this range versus under that 55 million. Now, to specifically get into my thoughts around round one cutoffs for the veterans bracket for these arena, let's start off here. I think it's going to be around 62 million. So I don't think it's going to be Mr. Fantastic, but I certainly don't think he's going to push up to those Dr. Doom or Silver Surfer numbers. I do think we're going to look a solid high interest, over 60 million type champ. For the 4-star feature, again, it's going to be right smack dab in the middle of that 10 to 12 million range, right at 11 million. For She-Hulk, no big shocker here. Let's look at that Medusa score, 1.6 million. And then for the 3-star, we'll go with that standard 1.3 trend as well, 1.3 million. Now, again, with these predictions, I always like to say I try to get within 5 to 10%. It's never an exact science, especially with only dealing with a small sample set of past results. So keep that in mind. With that in mind, I always like to give a grind target. It never hurts to give yourself a little bit more protection to make sure you get a better shot at getting that champ. So I'd go 65 million for that 5-star feature Longshot, 12 million for the 4-star feature, 1.8 million for She-Hulk, and 1.4 million for the 3-star feature Longshot. And again, these grind targets and cutoff predictions are for the veterans bracket. When it comes to the earlier brackets, again, there's just not a ton of data out there. I do get some information from time to time from folks like you who watch my videos, who are in those earlier brackets and share results either directly in the comment section of these videos or on the Twitter, on the Crafty Grinder Twitter, that's easy for me to say, Twitter account. And that's really the only way I get an idea what's going on. Occasionally I'll have my own alt account, free-to-play accounts to get a sense of what's going on, but it's been a couple months since I've had that now. But anyway, based off of that latest information plus what you've shared with me, here's kind of what we're seeing for the beginner's bracket. 3-star feature around 245,000, 4-star basic 900,000, 4-star feature 1.5 million. Intermediate bracket, 3-star feature around 500,000, 4-star basic 1 million, and lastly the 4-star feature right around 1.3 million. So anyway, these are my thoughts for round one of the Longshot and She-Hulk arenas. Would love to hear your opinion, or if you have any questions, reach out to me either in the comment section of this video or on Twitter. There's a Crafty Grinding Twitter account. You can reach out to me there. And actually, I check that one a little bit more often. It's a little bit easier for me to interact with that one than necessarily the comments in the videos. So if you're looking for a more prompt response, check me out on Twitter. So hopefully you found this information helpful. If so, would really appreciate it if you click that thumbs up button, as it indicates, hey, this is content you guys like. You want me to keep on making that content. Plus, it helps out the channel get more visibility for more folks, potentially to help them as well. And if you like this type of video and other videos I have and you haven't yet subscribed, we'd really appreciate it if you did. Thanks a lot for stopping by, and have a great day.